Given that the shelf life of leading ladies is limited, do you find yourself thinking not of retirement but of a time when the roles will dry up, when the phone will stop ringing?
People very conveniently ask this question to women, but they would never ask this question to a man. This question itself is unfair and shouldn't be asked. This industry is as much mine, as much, these superheroes who can be called my counterpart.
I have always thought about the batch of actors that I fell in love with. Actresses who formed an active part of me watching cinema as I grew up, and the evolution of films shaping up in such a manner where they slowly become replaced by younger actors while their male counterparts still feature as the desirable leads. One of the questions that often gets posed regarding female actors and their involvement with movies is their shelf life. How the average age of female actors in their prime is usually associated with individuals in their early 20s, and the moment there is even a slight association of them getting older, the female-led roles come few and far between. While anomaly still exists with the likes of Kareena Kapoor, Tabu and Vidya Balan still actively working as female leads, it would be naive to deny that every 5 or 10 years, casting agencies look at a younger crop of actors, in turn leading to those who have had a legacy of brilliant films having nothing to choose from. There are of course cases where actors like Asin at the prime of their career decide to leave as they want to strictly raise a family versus having to juggle both personal and professional. Actors like Gayatri Joshi, Namrata Shirodkar and Sonali Bendre also come to my mind. Now, whether this becomes a debate about the conditioning of women post-marriage versus their personal choices is a separate argument.
Somewhere down the line I met Mahesh and then I had to, make sure that, I've left a few films, I've done a few films just so that, we could be together. And I think my driving force was just to be with him.
Through this video, I wanted to focus on some of the actors who had brilliant careers but found themselves slowly fade away from commercial limelight, why such a transition happened, and to reiterate why we miss them on the big screen. Neena Gupta. I think if you want to look at a trailblazer in so many ways creatively who was ahead of her time, it has to be Neena Gupta, an actor that was producing, directing and starring in TV shows during the golden age of Indian television. What's sad when you explore more of Neena Gupta's journey is that she was essentially craving for work all her life, mostly being dismissed as majority of the roles she would be considered for would go to either Shabana Azmi or Smita Patil. When Neena Gupta returned with a bang with a beautiful film like Badhai Ho, it was only then when she expressed her disappointment in the industry absolutely ignoring her. So much so that she had to post on social media that she was available for the movies.
मेरे अपने लोगों ने मुझे किसी ने काम नहीं दिया. I'm so close to Sony, Mahesh, but महेश ने कभी मुझे काम नहीं दिया. कभी नहीं दिया. किसी ने मुझे काम नहीं दिया. I wonder why. And I'm too shy to ask. Maybe that's why.
Aisha Julka, an actor extremely popular in the 90s that many people do not give credit for her commercial prowess, is Aisha Julka. Known for movies like Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar and Khiladi, the actress featured in countless commercial movies with Akshay Kumar and Govinda. But one wondered why the transition of the actor to mother roles happened so soon. One then realizes that there is also a sense of exhaustion that creeps in with the same kind of commercial roles, in turn leading to rejecting several roles and it creating a connotation among producers that she may not be willing to work currently. Needless to say, it's just a rejection of the mundanity of the work.
The same kind of stuff was coming my way, which I was refusing right, left and center. And still I could not probably give the right signal out that I don't want to do the same stuff.
Minisha Lamba. One of the actors I had a massive crush on as I saw her in films in the mid-2000s was Minisha Lamba. I found her to be such a natural in front of camera, and other than looking so beautiful on screen, I wished for her career to reach higher ground, only for over the years to notice that her role started getting less prominent as the years went by, almost becoming absent in the last few years. When asked about her dwindling appearances, one clearly noted how many actors just have a great reign and oftentimes people just move on. A harsh reality I'm sure that is tough to process, that you become so easily replaceable as the quality of work you get offered is nothing short of substandard.
एक वक्त होता है जब आपका रन हॉट होता है, तो I had a very good time and after that मुझे उस लेवल की फिल्में मिल नहीं रही थी जो मैं सोच रही थी, to match up की to the work that I've already done. मुझे उतना मिल नहीं रहा था and that is why my work became less और थोड़ी सी गायब हो गई थी मैं.
Remy S If there is one actor who just has absolute clarity about just feeling a sense of boredom with the kind of work she was doing in the film industry and her wanting to distance herself precisely because of the same, has to be Remy S. I haven't been so taken aback by someone's clarity in just getting tired of the mundane, and even though Remy has had a dream run for a lot of the mid-2000s, it seems like she's pretty clear that she wants nothing to do with acting in front of camera anymore.
I am not acting anymore because I really never enjoyed acting that much. It was just कि go with the flow. अब मैं कर रही थी, मिल रहे थे फिल्म में कर रही थी, but I was tired of doing comedy films at one point of time, so I just quit acting.
Lara Datta, an actor who I actually feel doesn't get enough credit for the versatility of the role she did, is Lara Datta. Most people love to restrict her in glamorous roles. Well, I don't blame them. Hell, you're casting Miss Universe, so she's bound to look like a dream in front of camera. But Lara has done her fair share of comedy roles too. I must say, acing it in her second innings of sorts also, with her appearances in various web series. Lara, however, spoke about why there are more nuanced roles being offered to her now, probably reflective of the restrictive nature of how producers think and how the age reflects on the quality of roles one can receive, something she is getting the privilege of doing only now.
Unfortunately, it's taken the industry 18 years to cast me in something like that, because now by industry standards I'm maturer and older and therefore now able to be cast. I could have played Mrs. Gandhi when I was 30. I don't think it would have been I would have played her any differently.
Amrita Rao. One of my favorites from the mid-2000s was also Amrita Rao. I loved her in movies like Ishq Vishk, Main Hoon Na and Vivah. No matter how memed that Suraj Barjatya movie film may be, there is a beautiful seamless energy that Amrita possessed in front of camera, making me think that only the sky is the limit for her career moving forward. But as her appearances became few and far between, I wondered what exactly may have transpired. It was heartbreaking to read about one of her interviews given to the Times of India, where she communicated the dynamic post-marriage, where her husband told her to leave the industry as she was feeling uncomfortable in romantic scenes in front of camera post-marriage. Amrita also confessed to her husband communicating on how such a demand was unfair a few days later, but it also brought into limelight some undercurrents of what is unsaid but understood in the patriarchal society we live in today. Aisha Takia, an actor who at the prime of her career in the mid-2000s suddenly vanished. I think Aisha Takia also had such a dream commercial run with movies, and also she possessed a range that many people still don't acknowledge. You would have commercial movies like Dil Mange More, Salame Ishq and Wanted, but also understated and brilliant work like Door, where she put forth a spectacular performance. However, after 2011, Aisha Takia left films, and it seems like she had officially quit the industry to focus on not only her marriage, but the business of her several restaurants with her husband.
जब मैं 15 साल की थी तब से मैं acting कर रही हूँ, तो I wanted a break. I wanted to look at my life from the outside, evolve. So if I get films that excite me as an actor, मैं ज़रूर करूँगी. Other than that, I'm really happy. I've gotten into business a lot, and that's something I enjoy also.
What a lot of people don't consider is just the longevity of work she has done in advertising as a child actor. A sense of exhaustion is bound to creep in. Ileana DCruz, an actor who was at the top of her game, especially in the Telugu film industry, transitioned to do Hindi films and started with a bang with Barfi. People, however, acknowledge that even though Ileana pivoted towards the Hindi film industry, this deterred her progress in the Telugu industry, where she was hugely popular and was considered as the leading lady opposite all the heroes reigning supreme. Ileana's foray into Hindi cinema, however, slowly transitioned to become forgettable, being a part of countless brainless or ensemble comedies, and even though she is still actively working, it is definitely not of the same quality or commercial prospects that she was accustomed to a few years ago. When I see Ileana's old Telugu interviews, it also highlights what may have triggered her wanting to transition, because a sense of repetition may have creeped in with her commercial movies in the Telugu language.
Sometimes it feels like, it's too much, that why are they only concentrating on my waist? I'm like, there's so much more to me than just the waistline.
Exactly.
Priety Zinta. Imagine being the most beautiful woman in front of camera and absolutely killing it with commercial roles that even have depth, and you just think with a new wave of business prospects, you're going to leave everything high and dry. This may be just a projection of me missing her in front of camera than what actually transpired, but I dearly miss Priety Zinta on the big screen. An actor that absolutely won me over with her roles, her charm, that smile, and that natural ability to, well, make you fall head over heels. I may be overstepping and the simp in me might be too visible right now, but it was heartbreaking to notice that she was pursuing several business opportunities with the IPL versus being an active part of films.
See, in films, I could secure myself financially till I work. But in life, I wanted to secure myself financially even once I stopped working. So I got into business.
I hope there is some way the actor returns to the screen because my fondest memories are associated with her roles in the mid-2000s. And that was a video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you think about the trajectory of women in Bollywood. Are they bound to leave just because the roles get dried up? Or do they genuinely take individual decisions later on? Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handles are right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.